Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your July 2024 tarot card reading. Let's get right into it. I invoke thee, Iao, that thou will send Heru, the great angel, to send over the operation of the secret wisdom to lay his invisible hands upon these consecrated cards of art, that thereby we may obtain knowledge of hidden things to the glory of thy ineffable name. Amen. All right, Scorpio, thanks for being here today. Should be a good reading. Or not. Ten of Swords. No, it'd be good, it'd be fun. If you'd like to book a personal reading, all the information to do that should be in the description box below. This will be a Tree of Life spread, and we will be using Cloth Tarot. Hope you all are having a good summer, a good Gemini season, and overall a good time. All right. Change. I wish I was one of those readers that could just, when something pops out, just go with it, but maybe someday, right? I like structure. It's because I'm a Cancer. Okay, it's enough about me. This is about you, Scorpio. So let's do this. Spirit, what should Scorpio be made aware of in the month of July 2024? What should they look out for? What should they be present to? How can we best help them out? Please and thank you kindly. All right. In the crown, you've got the Aeon. Cool. In Shokma, or wisdom, you've got the moon. Okay, scary. In understanding, you have the lovers. Wow, a lot of major arcana. All right, let's cross the abyss into Hesed. Mercy, vision of love. Where you've got the Nine of Cups, Lord of happiness. Going into challenges. Another fiery part of water, Yule, Knight of Cups. And Tippereth, your advice from Spirit. You got a Five of Swords, Lord of Defeat. Very curious. I was here when 9/11 happened, so it still kind of gets me every time. At any rate, let's continue. And you're willing to what? Got Eel, Prince of Swords. Excuse me, Prince of Wands. In your methods and means, you've got an Ace of Swords. In your foundation, you've got a Ten of Discs. And in your embodiment, you've got an Eight of Swords. All right. Thank you, Spirit, and thank you, Scorpio, for being here. Cheers. Check one thing here on you. Your rulership is Mars, and these are some of your finer qualities. Very fine. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's get into it. In the crown, the dream that you dreamed into existence is represented by the Aeon. In other cards, in other decks, it's known as Yield Judgment. Why do I keep saying yield? That's what it is. This card has to do with salvation, a final decision, a calling, an epiphany, a sudden realization, a singularity, right? I, the way and the how, am embodied. This is a fiery, passionate call to understand the very things of the universe, starting with the body. And the body separates itself, or the mind separates itself via the body, and then curiosity brings it back into harmony. It's just a little something that reminded me of what this card's all about. This This is the masculine influence on matter. This is what I need to do. This is how I fix this. This is not the right time for this. Mostly in readings, when this comes up, it means it's time to go, babe. It's time to do the thing. It's time to do the thing. Make the date. Change the thing you need to change. It's time. It's a calling, right? Singularity. It's also a point of no return. So Scorpio, I feel here intuitively that you have done something or will do something in the month of July 2024 where there's really no going back. Kind of like in the Death card, but not so dark and gloomy, and it's more of a positive kind of, there's no going back. There's perpetual intelligence too, so this is like, once you start the thing, it's like zoom. Change just keeps happening. Exponentially, perpetually, however you want to say it, but there it is. That's the energy around your aura, right? And your crown. The dream that you dreamt into existence in the month of July 2024. Aeon. On my birth card, so I know it well, or at least I know the feeling pretty well. Okay. So you're doing something, and it's a final decision, and that pours into wisdom, actions you can take, which is the moon. Bam. Pisces energy. The moon is the will of the nature, the will of nature and the universe to embody in every way possible. Is the developing subconscious mind throughout various past lives and species. And Pisces represents all the things I just said, those goings on that transcend the everyday individual life. So this is all the DNA that we carry, all the baggage, all the stuff in our minds that we got from our ancestors, from our parents, and it's showing up in the world. We don't necessarily always see it, but it shows up nonetheless. It's repression, one of your shadow traits. It's invisible forces being present. It's wild versus the tame, the tension between the two, right? Not everyone, but most people say this is a dark night of the soul. I read one tarot book the other day that said, this is the third card that's a dark night of the soul. It's like, how many dark nights of the soul can you have? Seriously, I guess you can have a bunch, but I don't really see this as a dark night of the soul. I see this as, I want to do something, I want to go about my day, I want everything to be fine, and then something pops up, and then my animal nature, my instincts, they don't take over, but it's like, we're here, let's do it, let's fight, let's procreate maybe, let's do the thing, we know what to do, and I have to be like, no, I know that's the thing, and we're supposed to do it, and I will get to that. We'll learn how to fight, but we're not going to do that here. That's not the proper place. That's not right. But like I said, it transcends the everyday. It affects you whether you like it or not. That's why it's repression. If you say that, no, just keep it down here, okay? So, seeing as you're a sign that sometimes lacks self-knowledge, but has a good relationship with mortality, I'd say that this calling, this final decision that you're making here, is one that's going to bring up certain things, like sex, death. Am I going to be able to survive if I do this? Am I going to be able to pay my bills? Am I going to be able to
still live the life I want to live with this decision, which, remember, there's no going back from. So this is like the consequences that come from this right here for you, Scorpio. Corporeal intelligence, intelligence of the body. Listen to your body. If it tells you something's not right, listen to it. Get out of there. Or just listen to it. Don't worry about what I'm saying. Main function is sleep. Make sure you get a lot of sleep in the month of July. Not too much, but enough. And whatever you're doing, just know that change is hard. It's always hard, and it's always there. Okay. That leads into next of fire oath, Binah, understanding the observed. Lovers, Gemini energy. This card has to do with, you have personal localized consciousness on the tree, right? In the middle of the tree, which is what we experience pretty much. And when it exists due to something outside of it being observed, so there's a person like looking at me, right? Then there's two consciousnesses. See? There's me, the idea of me, and then there's me that knows I'm being seen. Multiplication. This is also to create a capacity of the absolute consciousness to appear as multiplicity. What does all this mean in English? Well, things get complicated. This is a choice, and with every choice comes karma. And it don't stop. It don't stop. This has to do with morality, super consciousness, regular consciousness, vice versus virtue. It's tricky. It's multiplicity and leads to a lot of thinking. It's not bad. It's love. But love's a lot of work, right? So it's Gemini energy. Its main function is smell, and on the path it's known as disposable intelligence. I like to think of it as like, that's not good, get rid of it. That's okay, we can keep that, right? And this is what you need to understand. If this is something you don't love, whatever here is being observed in Saturn, your form, your limitation, your lessons, well, I won't say you have a problem on your hands, but you have a situation, probably. Because this is your wisdom, right? All this stuff coming up that's been repressed for however long it's been repressed. And then your understanding, it's like, okay, what do I do with it now? And really there's nothing else to do, at least not so far, but to just be aware of it. Be aware of the new you, the new you, if you will, the new consciousness, new awareness that is being brought into existence. It's pretty cool, actually. It's some might say magic. All right, Scorpio. Passionate, subtle, intense, idealistic. All right, just making sure. Let's cross the abyss. It's a mercy, a gift, what to be grateful for, your vision of love. 9 of Cups, Jupiter and Pisces. In Jupiter, got double Jupiter here. And Jupiter is your greater benefit. It's the good cop to Saturn's bad cop that wants to give you what you want all the time. Which is why we have Gabura, because if he gave you what you want all the time, you would turn into that Homer Simpson's where he's got, the devil's trying to give him the donuts and he keeps eating them and eating them and eating them and he just doesn't stop. Right? But that's, we got double Jupiter here.
And it's happiness, right? The Lord of happiness. This has to do with being happy with yourself, happiness that's coming from within, happiness and choosing to be single, being fulfilled, culmination of emotion. It's not well dignified, so might not be too strongly felt. At least not the emotional aspect, but the part of getting what you want. And your faith, the generator of faith, Jupiter, will be felt very strongly. It's tricky. But yeah, this card is like, I'm doing it, I'm doing my thing, and it's great. I feel safe, I feel protected, I feel like I'm on the right path. And it's that kind of happiness where it's just there. You don't have to fake it, you don't have to force it, you don't have to say, okay, here we go. It's just sweet. Nines are the finish line of all the suits, meaning it's the height. Doesn't get any better than this. Tens are too much. So whatever you're doing or whatever you're bringing about in the month of July 2024 is making you you're a satisfied customer, let's say. All right. Now, all right, in your Mars, your challenges, your stress, drive, and conflict, you have the Knight of Cups, fiery part of water. Let's talk about it. Knight of Cups. He's a cool guy or gal. Very amiable, as they say. There he is. All right. He's creative, romantic, charming, passionate. Yeah, he's nice. He's not enduring. He's emotionally motivated. He's superficial. Or she's superficial at the end of the day. Not too much there underneath the surface. And who can blame them? You know, they got the fire and the water. I got all this stuff I want to do, but then I feel all this stuff, and the two elements just kind of cancel each other out, and not much is left there. But in the end, they're kind of innocent too. They're kind of innocent. At least that's what Crowley says, and he usually doesn't say many good things about core cards. He usually says very bad things. But as I said, this is a very charming, likable, romantic, poetic person. Now, it could be you. It could be you. If it is you, this will be your challenge. Something that brings you great joy. But also, when it comes down to survival and all those other things I was talking about, can I still live? Can I still do all the things I need to do in order to continue? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Do you love it that much? Does it love you that much? Whatever it is. Switch them up here. Again, just be aware. No decisions have to be made. Nothing has to be done. Just be made aware that this is a challenge. Enduring is a challenge. Being emotionally motivated to do anything is a challenge, because if you don't get that same emotion every time, it's not going to be easy. So yeah, I definitely see that as you in this reading. And it's a good challenge because it'll give you a chance to look inside and really see what's there. I feel. Your advice from Spirit is Five of Swords, Lord of Defeat. Weird advice, right? Okay. This card has to do with self-comparison, defeats, infamy, dangerous power dynamics, abuse, destruction. And it also says passivity will not do. Something must be done. Something must be done. And this is also your personal localized consciousness. So right here, it's like, okay, I need to do something. This isn't right. There's something wrong here. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something going on here that is fucked up. Whatever it is for you, right? Maybe you join the class and there's someone taking advantage of you. I hope not. But maybe they're pushing you harder than you wanted to be pushed. Maybe it's not what you expected it to be, and it's getting at you, and it's not having the greatest effect, and it's bringing up things like in here, right? If that motherfucker tells me to do this thing one more time, I swear. I've been in classes like that, believe me. Yeah, every time I left. That's my judgment. But yeah, this says, Spirit says, you say something has to be done. Because this is a shitty feeling. This is 5, strive, survive, of thoughts and ego. It's, no one wants to compare themselves to other people. No one wants to think of themselves as less than. And only assholes like to think of themselves as better than. Think of this card as like, if you had a wife or a husband, or let's say you do, and you get into a fight with them, let's say you win the fight, you still lose, because now you've made your partner a loser. And now something has to be done. I saw trouble with that card. Okay. Something must be done. Let's go down into the human part of the tree. The will and the what? The Prince of Wands. Yay. Okay. Airy part of fire. Energetic, enthusiastic, likes to do things just to do them. Exercise for the sake of it, not for any kind of lust of results. Is boastful, talks a lot of shit, has a lot of opinions, but the secret is he doesn't really give a shit about any of them. He just likes to have opinions because he likes to argue, because he likes to fight, because he likes to do stuff, because he's fire, an air of fire, the mind of fire. Yeah. See? He doesn't care what it is. He just likes to go. He's got his line, he's got his wand, and he's off. He's got a weird sense of humor that no one gets besides him or her, and that actually makes people kind of afraid of him or her. So this being in your will and the what, on your path, by the way, rulership Mars, this is ultimately where the universe is taking you. So this definitely is you, and this definitely is the big question of the reading, I feel. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And do you have what it takes to keep going? And if you don't, that's fine. But if you do, that's okay too. But something must be done. And your ambitions, your desires, your relationships, your values, your balance are telling you, keep going. You got this. Keep going. I don't care. I just want to do the thing. I just want to do something. I just want to do it. I just want to do it so I can say that I did. I want to do it so I can do it. That's all. That's all you want. I feel. That's a pretty noble thing. Alright. In your how and the way, in your thinky parts, right? Your strategies and whatnot, you have, bam, Ace of Swords, root of the power of air. Excuse me. Cheers. This has to do with a great force invoked for good or evil. Up to you. Has to do with truth, will, magic. Some say imagination, some say a new conquest, a new opportunity, a really great idea. But it's just an ace and it's only potential. So, whatever this is for you, in your thinking mind, in your Mercury, and whatever you have to communicate, you have an idea. You have an idea. You have a thought. You have a conquest. You have a thing that you're going to have to bring about. Now, whether that thing, whether that thought, whatever it is, that truth, whatever it is for you, is to stay with the thing or leave the thing, to stay with the happiness and deal with the consequences. Not that it's that simple. Nothing in this reading is simple. Whatever it is, it's going to take a lot from you, Scorpio. It's going to take a great force. You're going to have to do a lot of the work. At least that's how you see it. Or that's how you're differentiating it. Let's continue. Your subconscious, you have the Ten of Discs, Lord of Wealth. This has to do with legacy, inheritances sometimes, other people's money, creativity, laziness, what you want to leave behind in the future. If you want to leave behind anything at all. Some people don't. But this is nagging you in the back of your mind and your subconscious. This is your emotions, your needs, and your feelings. And as I said, 10s are too much. And they are. They are. But still, you're feeling like, I want to leave something behind. I want to have a legacy. I want to have something to, I want to have a kid to leave behind. That sounds terrible. But yeah, you know, a lot of people do. I want to have something to leave my niece or nephew to let them know I was here. I want to write a book so there's something material of me left here, right? I want to have a dynasty in some regard. I need to have a dynasty. Have a legacy. And you might not even be aware of this because it's in your subconscious. And you have a great relationship with death, as I said. You know as well as anyone that no one gets out of this thing alive. And that knowledge in itself is what creates desire. Right? That's your motto, I desire. You want a legacy, you want a dynasty. This could be a relationship reading for all I know. Yeah. I'm going with this person. They make me crazy, but the love is good. I feel happy. I feel the happiest I've ever been. And yet when I'm with a person, I don't, it's like after 2 minutes, it's like, okay, why are they still here? In my personal localized consciousness, it's like something's got to be done. In my emotions, it's like I just want to do this. I just want to have I just want to have the thing. I just want to do it. In your Mercury and your logic, you're like, I have an idea. And in your subconscious, it's like, you've got to leave something behind. I totally changed the reading up because I don't do love readings because everyone does them, but just in case. All right, your embodiment, your reality, your kingdom, Eight of Swords, Lord of Interference. Now this card has to do with ignoring important matters, overanalyzing or overthinking, creating a mental prison for yourself, self-sabotage, and stuff like that. It's not the best. It's also known as the Lord of Shortened Force. I'm going to go do that over there. I'll do that over there because Jupiter in Gemini, Jupiter again wants to give you everything you want, and Gemini is what? Multiplicity. So it's just like more thoughts. That's why you have all these swords. Just throw all these fucking swords and see what sticks, and just try everything. And I can't think. I have an actual headache, right? And while you're thinking about this other stuff over here, the important matters are being ignored. Overanalyzing, overthinking. Something must be done. Okay. Scorpio, you are imaginative, passionate, subtle, and intense, idealistic. You're not the best when it comes to self-knowledge, but you are introspective. Why am I saying all this? Because this is a very curious, interesting read. There's no direct, well, there's never really any answers, but there's no real solutions I see. The top of your tree and the bottom of your tree are like night and day. Final decision, no turning back, nothing but thought. Very interesting. All right, so let me go down the tree one more time, break it down, tell you what I see. All right, here we go. Ye old Scorpio. The dream that you dreamed into existence felt like a calling, felt like a singularity, be it love, be it whatever. Feels like a point of no return. This is what I'm doing, and that's it. I'm doing it. Now, that led to, or will lead to, this. Your subconscious being woken up. It's a whole bunch of shit. So something's gonna feel a little funny in your body, in the back of your mind. You're not gonna know exactly what it is. Unless you do the shadow work and stuff like that. And that is going to lead to an understanding of this, the lovers, how it feels to be observed by another, and have your consciousness multiplied, and to feel like you're not alone. Definitely getting love vibes here. Okay. That pours into this, happiness. You get that feeling you're not alone, you're very happy. Even though, as I said, this card has to do with self-generated happiness, still, you're very happy with your decision, what it's brought. It's good and bad. It's plus and minuses. It's feminine and it's masculine, blah, blah, blah. You're very self-satisfied with it. It makes you feel safe and good and nice. And your rulership, Mars, the will to live, is saying, okay, that's great, but is this worth it? Are you going to stick with it? Or are you just kind of, I want to say romancing the stone, but I don't actually know what that means. Are you just kind of fucking around? Pardon my French. Right? Because you're charming, you're artistic, you're creative, you're persuasive? But are you persuading and charming yourself? Are you lying to yourself, basically? This is the key right here. You can solve the mystery of the Knight of Cups for you. You will know what to do. And that rhymed. Okay. Your advice from Spirit, your personal localized consciousness, self-comparison, powerful, dangerous, dangerous, power dynamics, feeling of loss, of infamy, of destruction, and just like something's got to be done. If I don't do something, it's just gonna get worse. In your emotions, you just want to do something. You just want to do the thing and just go and do it. And that's it. You might boast about it a little bit, but that's not really why you're doing it. You just want to do it because you made a decision to do it, and now you want to do it. Whatever it is, whoever it is, right? And your logical brain or your logical side is saying, wait, there's an idea, there's a path. It won't be easy, but here it is. This is the truth. It's going to take a lot, but there's a way. There is a way. And then your subconscious, feeling a little lazy creatively, and just like you just want to have a dynasty and a legacy. Something to leave behind. And your embodiment is very confusing. You don't know what to be thinking about, what to be doing, and it makes sense with all this. It makes sense. It does. Whatever you decide to do, Scorpio, I hope you have a great July 2024. Until next time, love you very much. Goodbye.